When I was 4, I discovered something terrifying in the bathroom. There was this little boy in a fancy gold-embroidered robe, and his body had something mine didn't, but the dude was super generous. When he found out I didn't have one, he immediately had a maid grab a pair of scissors and offered to cut it in half and share. Hearing that, my little pigtails nearly fell sideways. This dude I just met was already ride or die. Once mine grows in, I'll pay you back, I promise. Sure, now stop crying. The maid came back with scissors fast. Right as he was about to cut, a palace maid rushed forward to stop him, and all the maids around, and eunuchs dropped to their knees all at once. I still had no idea how serious this was, until my parents came rushing in. The same parents who always treated me like their whole world decided to give me a taste of a solid bamboo cane beating. My dad, a civil official, apparently had the makings of a military man. And my mom, she was absolutely no joke either. If that little boy hadn't stopped them, I would have been done at age 4. Even though he was around my age, he was surprisingly mature and took the blame for everything. It wasn't until later that I found out he was actually the crown prince. The guy destined to live 10,000 years almost got cut short because of me. After that, to keep the whole clan alive, my parents never let me join any events again, terrified I'd cause another disaster. But when I was 7, a single imperial decree put our whole family's name flickering on the life and death list all over again. The palace allowed top officials' kids to study in the royal study, basically as study companions for the princes and princesses. After my parents triple-checked with the eunuch who delivered the decree, my name was definitely on the list. With no other choice, they drilled into me to watch every word and move inside the palace, and not cause any trouble, especially stay far away from the crown prince. But 3 years had gone by, and I'd completely forgotten what he looked like. My mom got dead serious and told me, he wears bright yellow robes, or clothes with a 4-claw python embroidered on them. That's your guy, the crown prince. Alright, forget it. I'll just find a corner and lay low. On my first day at the royal study, I grabbed a corner seat, but the window seat was already taken. The guy was in a plain white robe with cloud patterns on the collar. I quietly breathed a sigh of relief. Not bright yellow, no 4-claw python pattern. So I just plopped down right next to him. The guy didn't even acknowledge me, just kept reading his book. I sneaked a glance, and honestly figured he must have specifically claimed this seat. Definitely not here to actually study, just playing scholar. Then I turned sideways in my seat, eyes locked on the entrance, to spot the crown prince the second he walked in. Just then, the red ribbons tied to my little pigtails got blown by the wind onto my seatmate's book. What are you looking at? I'm looking for the crown prince. You actually know the crown prince? Of course. Me and the crown prince were tight. Tight? We're talking a life or death kind of bond. My life and his crown jewels. Not technically wrong, but before I could finish my bit, someone behind me called out, "Crown Prince brother!" and I completely froze. There was no one else around. That crown prince brother had to be for the guy right next to me. My mom totally set me up. After the crown prince briefly responded to that person, he turned and glanced at the top of my head.
Every time I see you?
Those little pigtails of yours are always crooked. Nearly a year into the royal study, the teacher was strict but easy to fool. The princes and princesses were dramatic but easy to manage. The only one I couldn't deal with was the minister's daughter, Liang Shukshui. She always had beef with me. Even back when we studied at the academy outside the palace, she was always going against me. We'd been going at it for years. It used to be a pretty even match. But ever since we got to the royal study, this good-looking Wang heir appeared out of nowhere and always took her side.